Dude, what happened to this thing? It's a taco. Oh my goodness. So right after our first video, I was still ripping it a couple times to, shut off the camera. And yeah, one of the things that I don't like about this, I like the remote a lot, but there's one thing about it that I don't like, and it's part of what caused that big twist in that chassis. That chassis is tacoed. It's no good. So let me show you. I mean, you just look at this thing head on. I mean, that's on a flat surface. And this thing is just, it's just tweaked. You pick it up, there, we'll look at it. You can see, I mean, it's got a big bow in the bottom of it. From behind, same thing. From behind, you can see the same thing, how it's just twisted, right? It is just twisted. Yeah. And this guy hopefully will help me. We got to pull it all apart and take a brand new RC car and fix it. So we got, what did we get, Dash? Did we get a new chassis?
New chassis.
We got a whole new chassis. This is the hardened chassis. Yeah, it's a hardened one, so hopefully it should be a little bit stronger. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these apart.
The old one is broken.
It is no good, huh?
It's bented like...
Yeah.
It's bented.
Yeah. So what I'm going to try to do is pull everything off of it. And then you go eat your chocolate. And then I'm going to try to put them side by side and see if I can flatten that thing out. And maybe have it as a spare. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think you should chop it.
You could.
You got it.
You could
So
have a little piece.
we're going to try to do that. And then we're going to, while we're here, we got to pull everything out. So I'm just going to put the new servos in it too, the upgraded servos. I also got a back plate for the engine because we're not using the pull start, and kind of the pull start's kind of in the way a lot, trying to get the body on, kind of a pain in the butt. But to what I was saying, I like this remote. I mean, it's pretty nice, except for I have so much trouble getting my finger in and out of here. There's just not a lot of room. I got a big finger. Now, Dash, yeah, you got much better. And then the being, crooked, not a huge fan of that either. That takes a little bit of getting used to. And then this foam pad slides all around really easy. So that's a quick fix. Can glue that down. This, man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get used to it.
But I think we broke that tire.
Well, yeah. So not only did we break the chassis or bend the chassis, because, but we also the steering arm on this side.
It's broken.
It is broken, right? It cracked that thing right off.
Candy is the most good thing in the world.
It's yummy, but all in a balance. So it snapped that thing in half. These are cast. I actually have a set of the billet ones coming. Figured, hey, since I got to replace them, might as well just buy a billet set. So we're going to do that. And then all of the screws. But what? What?
A new RC.
Yes, we do have a grate digger. And we're going to match that up with the son of a digger, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do a video on that too. But all the screws on the Kyoshos, a lot of them everything's almost all Phillips head, which is kind of a pain, when you want to work on them and stuff. So Tony Screws makes a whole kit for the MP9.
Yeah.
And these are all socket head cap screw, whatever you want to call it, Allen screw. So it's got the whole set for the whole kit. So as we go to replace all this stuff and move it to the other chassis, we're going to put all new screws in it. It'll just make it easier to upkeep later on. So we're going to get to that. We'll get this chassis swapped out. Maybe what I'll try to do is have a side-by-side of the bent one and the straight one. Show you what it looks like. And then once we get it all together, the plan is, hey, now that it's broken in, we want to take it to the racetrack and rip it. But we'll probably go to the park just real quick to make some good rips around there. And then we'll take it to the track.
Burnouts.
Burnouts?
But when are we going to do the video to the light on?
Of El Toro Loco?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he could make a guest appearance in the Monster Truck movie. with Gravedigger and Son of a Digger. So,
What's that?
what?
We can do a video with the why not quitting all three of the granites.
You wanna crush them?
Yeah.
But they're such awesome RCs. What we should do is we picked up the one little truck for like $5 from the dollar store or from the Goodwill. We'll grab another one because it's fun to kind of just go beat them up too, So maybe we'll do that. But all right, next up, we're gonna get this this Nitro RC car fixed up, and we'll get back out there and have some fun, right, Dash?
Yeah.
Woohoo! What happened? Oh my gosh! Look at this chassis. It's a taco. It is super twisted. Look at that thing. Here, wait. See if I can get it back. One is not the same as the other. It is super tweaked. I mean, that's a big, big difference. So, I'm going to see if I can maybe bend it back. I hope so. Be pretty sweet if I could. So, we'll see if we can hopefully maybe fix this thing. Oh my goodness. But the new chassis is pretty sweet. So, we're going to do that. And then you can see everything in the background here. I pulled it all off in sections, front, center, and rear, and then the radio section right there. So, Taco Tuesday? I don't know. No, it's not Tuesday. It's Saturday. So, I'm going to try to bend this thing back. Let's see if I can make it work. If not, no big deal. We got the other chassis, and then we'll screw everything back together and get this thing going. So, really, it's just bolting the sections back together. So, pretty simple. So I just want to show you, look, a little bit of hammer work. I mean, you can see the marks on it. But I have a vise over there that has a big flat area. So we were able to get it pretty much dead nuts. I mean, I'm not holding it tight, but if I didn't have this other chassis, I wouldn't have been able to mock it up and make sure that it was nice and flat. So I got this thing hammered back into shape. I mean, it has scratches on the bottom from driving it and stuff, but it's not too bad. So you can see some of the marks right there, but negligible. If I were to ever use this chassis, I would make sure that I had some billet chassis braces and all that stuff on it too. So you can tell this thing's like, I feel like they almost feel like the same amount of weight, and this one's cut out. This is definitely a hardened piece. It looks like it's got at least another millimeter on it. Thickness, I'm gonna assume this is 70-75 too. So this is a super nice chassis. If you're looking to upgrade, that is the part number I used, IF473. So, man, now we got to get all these sections: front bulkhead, middle diff, engine, side covers, rear bulkhead set up, and then the whole radio set up. So I'm here. I wanted to, do some stuff and then swap out the servos, but I mean, I've got to go tear this thing. I've got it all apart, and it'll be a simple chore to do the servos right now. So I'm going to do it right now, upgrading the steering servo horn to an aluminum one. I'm going to keep the plastic rear. They make, like, the MP10, I think, has a plastic one, but they make a really nice, it's got a nice servo horn that's aluminum, and it's got different, arms and stuff. But I don't really see anything wrong with this one. It's pretty nice. So, I mean, if it fails eventually, then I'll swap it off. It shouldn't be that difficult to do. Everything will be there, and I'll just swap it, So I'm going to keep this one for now. But I feel like on the steering servo, I'll upgrade that. So, and then we'll bolt this sucker on in place of the pull start. I cleaned everything up on the motor and stuff, just wiped off any excess dirt and stuff. But it'll pop right off, and then that'll go right in its place. It'll make it easier to just put the body on and off, because I'm not using the pull start, so I've got a starter box. And then, if the motor ever goes on this thing, you know, whatnot, I'm gonna upgrade the motor probably, and it won't have a, you know, pull start anyways. So might as well get used to not. So put all the screws back, kind of back in their place, and then I'll get the right screws, swap them out, get rid of the Phillips, then we'll get this thing all smacked back together, and let you guys check it out. So, hey, a nice good sand mallet, a nice metal, you know, if you got an anvil or a big vise with a flat spot, you can hammer anything back in place. So next up, let's go have some fun. So I wanted to show you something real quick. You know, I almost got this thing back together totally. Bam! I mean, look at this beautiful thing. It is like super nice. Did a few other little upgrades to it. I'll show you that next too. But so I'm putting on the steering knuckle. Remember, because this one didn't fare so well, right? That cracked, whatever, right? So what's funny is, I mean, I got the, you know, billet aluminum ones. Super nice, well machined, all this stuff. They come with these. And I was like, what? And I was like, these are a bearing spacer. So the hole where the bearing sits is bigger than the bearing that comes in the normal one. So you push these around the bearing and that takes up the space and then slide them in. I kind of wish either make them the same diameter or give you an upgraded bearing. I'm wondering if there is an upgraded bearing setup. So you can see the blue in there. You can see the spacer in there right now. I mean, it all fits really good and it's super tight. So I don't think I'll have any issues with it. But I bet you anything there's a bigger bearing setup. And it's probably similar to maybe what they use on the MP10 maybe. I'm going to check it out and see what I can find. But I mean, it almost feels like a Delrin piece or something though. So it's pretty strong, but I don't think it is because it's injected molded. So, but it's a really hard plastic though. So I'm going to do the other side. Then I'll show you guys the completed setup, and before we go take it out and have some fun. All right, we're back. This thing is back together. It is ready to go. You know, just want to talk about a few little things I did since I was here. You know, I had to pull this whole thing apart. You saw all that. So did do the steering arm, you know, the steering knuckles. They came out really nice. Did add a nylock at the bottom on these. Went with a little bit longer screw. It is an Allen too. Replaced a lot of the Allens throughout here and all that stuff too. So I did some shock boots on all four, just to protect the shafts. What else did I do while I was here? Oh, did an extended fuel line, because normally the fuel line pops out of here and just goes right to it. And it's like, if you want to pinch it off to cut the fuel, I can't get my fingers in here anywhere. And plus, if you ever rolled over or something, you know, say at the track, it would die probably pretty quick. So this will at least let it run a little bit longer while it's flipped over. You can get to it and take care of it. So, you know, did all that. You know, we got it all back in there, all together. We got the Reese Raw 500 for the steering servo with a ProTech arm. We've got the AGF 36kg for the throttle and brake. This thing is ready to go. And, you know, as you see, no more pull start. It's got that, I don't know if I can get in there. Kind of see that block up. The back plate goes inside there. It's got a little hole with O-rings and everything. It did not fit perfectly. Had to play with the holes a little bit. Open them up just a little bit, and then everything lined up fine. So I think that's it. I think that's all I really did while I was here. Like I said, I didn't really want to do the servos right now, but I mean, I had them, so I was going to do them eventually. I just figured I'd play with it, you know, screw around with it, check it out at the track first. But since I had to pull it all apart, now was the time to do it. So, oh, here's the pull start mechanism and everything. So you pull all that out, and that back plate goes right in there. Old servos, old chassis. This thing's ready to rip. I think we're gonna go have some fun. I can't wait to actually go take it out. Man, I can't believe I smashed that thing. So just part of it. But oh, all the new you can see it's got all new Allens everywhere, and I did that small skid plate in the back. And that is not super thick, but it'll protect the back of the chassis. That is I forget who makes it. Extreme Racing. For MP9. So aluminum rear chassis wear guard. It's basically just a skid plate. So, but figured, hey, it'd be cool. Protect that chassis a little bit too. So we're going to get this thing together. Next stop, probably the park, do some rips, final tuning. Hey, I'm going to ask you if anybody can drop some comments in there. I feel like I got the tune pretty close. If you have any ideas based on what you hear and see, I'm all for it. So always like to learn. So we'll see you out there. Let's go have some fun. So we're back. Oh man, I feel bad. We've had a little run of bad luck with this thing. So I'm going to make this our part 2. I know it's been a lot of me just talking and annoying probably, and just some of the wrenching, right, Dash?
Yeah.
We didn't get to actually go have some fun. So we got this bad boy back together. We're having a little nitro, little bit of challenges, right?
Oh, I got this.
Oh yeah, is that like a Harry Potter wand?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Harry Potter stick.
So it's a ding dong wand?
No.
No? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. So what happened here is, I'll just let you know. We got it all back together. Everything fit really good. These new steering knuckles, they're slightly different.
The like chassis, my dad broke the chassis.
I did. I tacoed that thing. It was a pretzel. It was bad, right?
And they just dung.
So the toe was way out on it. So I did a little bit of research, and you got to change the gap on the steering knuckles. You got to lengthen them a little bit.
This is a nitro, and it has this.
Yeah, it has a nitro engine, huh?
Yeah.
Super cool. So you go from a 27.5 millimeter gap to a 30.5 millimeter gap. Sets them up perfect.
Well, Dad, we're gonna get to the video like that.
We will. We'll get there. And then we went to go start it. I wanted to see how things work. Threw it on the start box. The starter box wouldn't engage the motor because this chassis is a little bit thicker. And originally this is set up for a pull start, so it has the 32 millimeter flywheel. So
we need to get to the drive.
Normally this chassis has.
We're gonna have to drive this.
We are. This chassis has a slightly different motor mount, and
When are we gonna drive it?
well, we had to order a couple parts. So that's what we're trying to let everybody know. We got some parts ordered. We're gonna do the new motor mount, and we also got a 34 millimeter flywheel just in case. And then we should be able to get this thing to engage. So, hey, we really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe. Stay with us on our Darkside Nitro journey. Part 3 is coming up. Part 3, we're gonna make this thing run. We're gonna have some fun.
Part 8 is gonna be fun.
Part 8? Part 8. I don't know if we'll make it to a part 8, but I hope we do maybe a part 3 and part 4. Well, we're gonna do a part 3 for sure. And then a part 4, I think we're gonna get it out there and see if we can do some racing, right? Part 8?
We should do a part 8.
Okay, a part 8. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Subscribe. We really appreciate all the support. Bye.